What the hell? Shut up.
We are back.
And welcome back to our channel, everybody. Happy Spooky Sunday. We hope that you are all well.
Today we are coming at you with a big Poltergeist update.
It's a biggie.
We have got some of the biggest news, biggest clips, biggest updates to hit you with this month.
Some big promises out there.
Big, very big promises. But I wouldn't say it if I didn't intend to fulfill. Before we do anything else, we need to give a special shout out to our new members of our channel, the guys who are really helping to support all the new things that are going on, all the stuff that we intend to do. So let's get that done first. So a massive, massive thank you to Sharina Reed,
Sarah Valenti,
Jennifer Evans,
Allegra Hunt Wilson,
Stevie Adele,
Cornstalk,
Samantha Newey,
Leanne Thompson,
Hayley Whittam,
Ilana,
Julia Murphy,
Tammy Fletcher,
Avia Tricks,
Seabirds Don't Fall,
Queenie Min,
Mama Jane Star,
Charlotte Woodford,
and Scully MD 1983.
Thank you guys so much.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you for being part of our membership team.
Yeah, and the support that you give, will never be forgotten.
So, without further ado, are you ready for a Poltergeist update?
Yeah, if you are, then you need to get yourself a brew.
Turn off the lights.
Let's get into it. I'm so excited. I'm convinced this...
Oh.
I swear to God that just opened. I've just shut it. Let me shut it again.
Tapping sort of sound. Oh. David, can you open it a bit more? Can you push it again? Can you push it again, David?
Wait, let me show there's no one in there.
Show them the mess.
No one in there.
Okay, so this one is a short but sweet video. We were lay in bed watching...
Just watching whatever. I can't remember what it was actually.
Julie, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
And the cupboard door just kept opening on its own. Every time we'd ask for him to do it, he would do it, apart from when we put the camera on, of course.
Obviously.
Now, I was calling out for David, but it could have easily been Andy.
Well, we didn't know about Andy until a couple of days later.
Yeah.
It was a little while after we discovered about the old dog. So, but yeah, really weird. I mean, it's a bit annoying when you're kind of laying there and you just hear a because the cupboard door's open.
Yeah.
But the mistake that we made last time was we didn't actually show in the cupboard.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd make that very apparent this time because everyone's like, you didn't show in the cupboard. So this time, there you go. That one's for you guys.
Okay, so just to kind of like preface this, what had happened previously to this video was that Sam had been doing a spirit board session. We had learned that Andy had also been spending a lot of time at our house and had been, not to blame, but responsible for a lot of things that had been moving and going on in the house. And we decided that we were going to talk about this on a live stream. We do a live stream most Thursday evenings.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about it. I hadn't seen it. I don't know if you did, but Sam had put a message on the chat. So we missed quite a bit because it moves quite quickly.
Yeah.
Sam had put a message on the chat saying that Andy had told her that he was going to do something.
But we didn't see this message like we
know.
said. And then before we know it, there's this little knock right next to me. It spooks me the fuck out. It spooks you out.
Well,
it spooks everyone that's watching.
It stopped us in our tracks, you can see. So we just heard the knock on the end. Oh, we've got a wooden bed on the end of the wooden bed, and instantly I'm like, "Did you do that?
And
Was that you?"
I'm like, no, man, how weird.
And then the chat kind of blew up. Like, Sam said Andy was going to do something, and Sam's like, I knew he was going to do something, and then it was just like,
yeah, it was pretty
so
bonkers.
unexpected.
So here is the clip right now.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
What was that?
I don't know.
That sounded like a knock on the end of the bed. Was it you?
No.
Did you hear it? It sounded like on the end of the freaking bed. That was
Anyone
me.
else hear that?
That was me. Let me just show you what we're talking about. So we're sat on this stool here, and then this is like the foot of the bed, and then this is like our projector screen that we sat in front of. And I swear, I was just like,
or something like that, you know.
I shit myself there because I was like proper shook. So this one was pretty mind-boggling because obviously you guys know, and if you don't know, you're about to find out. We have cameras set up in our house to kind of capture anything that we miss whenever we're out at work or just out and about.
What we have is it kind of sits on standby until there's movement, and then it will record,
yeah.
and then it notifies us
yeah.
if there's been some activity in the house.
So we were out at work one day and we get a notification on our phones. Now we can't see it until around the end of the day because we're not allowed our phones in work.
I can in my lunch break.
Yeah. So we check the notification and we find this.
So I was expecting it to be the cat.
Yeah.
So
9 times out of the 10, it is the cat.
He's usually out during when we're out at work, but sometimes he's in. So I was thinking, no, the cat must have been in the house, but no. I wish you could have seen my face when I realised what I'd seen.
Honestly, like, I watched the drawer open, and we had this happen like a few days before. So I was like, oh, it's just the drawer again.
Yeah.
Not that that's like, oh, it's just the drawer, because it's like weird that the drawer opened, but. What came after was the most mind-boggling bit. Like you saw, I think it was a spoon or a fork or something, like kind of fling up and then like hit the floor. But then there was a pair of scissors that literally get dragged out and launched across the frigging kitchen. And
we have since done a spirit board session when Sam and Richard and Emma from Paranormal Now came over. And Andy has admitted that he did this. Because he doesn't know his own strength. Yeah,
that was the kind of crux of it. Like, it looked aggressive, didn't it? It looked very aggressive. And everyone in the comments was like, oh, you're going to die. And then Sam and Richard were like, no, you're not going to die. Andy is new at being a poltergeist, right? He's never done this kind of thing before.
Dave's shown him the ways.
Essentially, that's what we understand it to be.
Yeah.
And he's literally picked him up, and if anyone's ever seen the film Ghost with, is it Patrick Swayze? You know when he's trying to kick the can, and he can't do it, gets frustrated, and then launches the can. It's a little bit like that. He's probably been trying for ages to try and get these scissors to go, like launch up, but he's just yeeted it across the kitchen, and it looks so aggressive.
Can you imagine?
And he's probably happy. He's just stood there like,
well, shit.
He's like,
didn't have my own strength.
Literally a bit like that. So it's. I don't think it was anything aggressive. It came across as very aggressive and violent, but I think there was no malice behind it.
Yeah.
Because there's been people being like, what if you're stood there? You're going to die. Like, no, we're not going to die. We're not dead yet, so we're going strong.
It's been a while we've been here. We're still alive.
3 years strong, baby.
Balls deep into it.
What was that?
Fuck knows.
What was it? Was it the door shutting?
I don't know.
It sounded like a... Was that the same sound?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The door shut.
Yeah.
I think the door shut. I think the door shut on its own.
So this video is while we were setting up for a Spooky Sunday video. It was the Saturday afternoon, and we were doing the Estes method, which is the sensory deprivation. You have the headphones on full blast, you have your blindfold on, and we ask questions and you see what you can pick up from the Necrophonic app.
Yeah.
And literally while we're in the middle of setting it up, and I'm just pottering about, you can see, and Ben's just, sorting everything out, and the door clunks shut.
Yeah. So
like the metal on it's the latch, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think we had the door shut but not fully on the latch, and you can hear it clunking properly shut.
Yeah.
I think this one's not so like spooky, but the sound caught me off guard.
And it was just weird. And now part of our initial thought is, did we pick that up on the
cameras?
Cameras? And we did. So obviously we wanted to share it with you guys.
Those cameras are like a safety net.
Yeah.
They're like literally, they catch everything. Nothing happens without them seeing it.
Hopefully that'll be the case.
Long term.
But what I loved about that was that you could see that there was nobody there. You could see that we were accounted for, and that is how it is in our house. We're just pottering about doing our own thing, and then something will happen.
Yeah.
I think people think that it's terrifying when something happens, and then we should be screaming and running away, and that's not how it is.
No.
And I think a lot of people doubt us because we don't react like that, but it is just literally like, oh, that was weird.
Yeah.
What was that?
And then it's like, and then you go back to business as usual. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. It's but yeah, we thought we'd share it with you because you guys like to know what happens.
What the hell? Shut up. What the hell? Did you see it?
You couldn't miss it? Oh, you've got to watch that back.
Was that a shadow just then?
Where?
I don't know.
I don't know either. This one caused quite a stir online, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, the crux of it is, we know the warning signs when something's about to happen. We've lived here long enough to know that if we hear rattling at the door, that something...
It's probably going to kind of escalate for a little while.
Exactly. So that is our cue to get the cameras on. For all we've got the cameras set up, we still like to have our cameras on hand so we can catch it ourselves and you can catch reactions and things.
So we were actually watching a bit of TV. I could hear like the very smallest sound of like the door.
Yeah.
And I thought, and it continued for long enough for me to think, I'm going to get my camera on here. I think there's something going on. And obviously I'm over there, Ben's here. Ben sees me with the camera in my hand. I jump up, so he rushes ahead, and then we capture what we do.
Yeah. So what we do capture, for anyone that missed it, is the door handle moves, the door opens, and then...
we run through!
Yeah, so the reason that I ran through is because we feel like we have to kind of debunk any debunkers before they can try and debunk, if that makes sense. So if we had paused and waited, everyone would be like, you were just buying time for someone to run up the stairs, or you were just pulling threads or whatever. So I thought, right, I'm going to get straight in there.
Yeah.
I know Lainey's going to follow, so we can just show that there's nothing there. So we go in, look up the stairs, show that there's no one there. We show all around the room to show that there's no one there. And I think what a lot of people did pick up on as well, which I quite liked, is if someone was behind the door, you would have seen their shadow under the door where their feet would have been.
Yeah.
And there isn't one. Yeah. That's what I like, because...
It's just one of those little gem catches.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's kind of what kind of caused people to have a bit of a stir about it.
Yeah.
He just captured and actually enters the locker room.
What was that? That was in this house.
He just captured and actually enters the locker room.
Please tell me you heard that as well. That... I'm going to be blissfully ignorant and pretend that never happened, and I'm going to watch someone else's scary stuff. I ain't about that right now, Dave. So this is another one of those like niche little catches where it was a complete accident to have caught it. So I was doing a reaction video. It was actually on Monday.
Yeah, Ben always does a reaction video for a Tuesday, but he records it on a Monday because he gets time at home while I'm at work.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm never in the video.
Yeah, so I was home alone watching the video, and I had a headphone out because I was actually like, the anxiety levels were sky high, right? I heard this clunking downstairs like a door handle. So instantly I'm like, what was that? What was that? And I'm like, my anxiety levels are, like I said, already through the roof because I'm watching Nuke's Top 5s and he scares me enough as it is. And I'm like, no, not today, Dave or Andy, not today. Put my headphones back in because I would rather deal with the anxiety from the computer than the anxiety from the house where I could potentially die.
Give over, man. It's so dramatic.
Just a little bit. So that is our update of everything that's kind of gone down in the last month. There are a lot more things that we want to share with you.
So much more.
But we are going to save them for their own dedicated videos because they deserve it. If you didn't already know, we had a paranormal investigation last weekend and we got so much footage and we did so many cool experiments.
We did some spirit board sessions.
Spirit box sessions.
Some spirit box sessions, yeah. We did...
table tipping.
Yeah.
We did... Well, the people that came over experienced their own individual things. We did do a kind of a summary video of all the things to kind of expect and teasing it all on our membership video yesterday that went out. So if you are interested in seeing that, It is, unfortunately, for members only, so if you are interested in becoming a member, there will be a link at the top of the description and you will be able to get that video, along with another video every single week. So every Saturday you get an exclusive video and early access to Spooky Sundays and extra perks and stuff like that. But
otherwise, it will be coming in the future. The not too distant future.
Be sure to let us know down in the comments what you think of all the things that have happened in the past month. Would you have stayed in the house had you experienced this over the last month?
I think you would. Would you?
I think there's some people out there that would definitely have stayed.
Yeah, you my peeps, man.
I mean, there's the divide in our community. You've got the Lainey side of people that are absolutely mental, and you've got the Ben side, which are people that are like quite level-headed and quite sensible.
Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed tonight's video, we would love it if you would give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Don't tickle Ben's bell. But you can always hit the bell notification where you'll be notified every time we upload. If you are interested, we upload 3 days a week. It's a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Sunday. And if you remember, you also get a Saturday upload too.
Come and find us on our social medias as well. It's at Lainey and Ben across TikTok, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Everything that happens in the gaff goes on there first. So if you want early access to seeing the things that happen, check it out there.
We'd love to see you over there. Come and be part of our lovely little family over on... Well, I prefer Instagram the most. I really do.
I bet you do.
I can't get my head around Twitter. And Facebook's good too.
Yeah. All that's left to say, guys, is thank you so much for joining us for tonight's video. We hope that you've enjoyed and we can't wait to see you in the next one.
Yeah, we appreciate you so much. All our love and...
Peace.
Peace.